to start by providing an update on Dan Jackson's situation. As the Chancellor and Candace have noted in their statements that Dan's agreed to step away for the moment as we undergo an internal review through the Equal Opportunity and Access Office. This is a part of the university's process for addressing reports of discrimination, and they're going to conduct a thorough review to fully understand the context and provide clarity for the university's path forward. Candace and Dan agreed that it was best for him to step away right now so he can focus his full attention on the review and hopefully resolving this matter. As far as the game goes, coming off a disappointing loss against South Carolina, where there were opportunities for us to play better. I thought we had a spirited Tuesday practice today as we set our course towards Kentucky, and I'm excited about taking this team up to Lexington and having them compete. This is a good team, Kentucky is. They have modeled the building of a program with a very similar start to what we've experienced, and Coach Stoops has done a great job through consistency and really just going through a process, building a program that's become one of the best in the league. They win consistently, they compete, they're good in all three phases, and certainly we're going to have a tough task ahead, but excited for the opportunity to compete with them. With that, I'll be happy to open up for questions.
AJ, leaving the game and not listed on the depth chart, is he done for the season? Is he doing okay?
He'll be okay, just not available this weekend, and so we'll keep tabs of him, and hopefully we'll be able to get him back for the Florida game, but time will tell.
What's Ken Seals' role? Does he have a shot to play this week?
So right now he'll serve as a number 2. He'll be getting reps in practice, and obviously, has been evidence in our past 2 games that's a critical role. Both Missouri and Kentucky, or excuse me, South Carolina, we've gone to the number 2 in critical moments because of injury. But Ken's played a lot of football for us, and I know he'll be ready and excited to do what the team needs him to do.
What have you seen out of Mike the past 2 games?
Mike, well, first of all, I think he's just handled the season really well. He's been, obviously, he serves as a captain for a reason, and he's been consistent in his approach and not let personal disappointment bleed into, his ability to be a great teammate. He's also prepared himself to be ready when his number's called, and I think, in both the last 2 games, he's been able to come in and make some plays and move the offense. Certainly against South Carolina, we unfortunately turned the ball over there late, but I thought he had some bright moments there, and he's a guy that's been a playmaker for us. So we're excited for him to have the opportunity to lead us on the road in the SEC.
And then just a clarification on Dan Jackson: has he stepped away until they complete their investigation process?
That's correct, and at that point, we'll have more information. But that review will dictate kind of our course forward as a program.
Who is coaching corners right now?
Nick Howell is, he coached corners at Virginia, and he's coached the full secondary. Jimmy Thompson stepped into a role. Jimmy served as Coach Howell's assistant. So we have, we'll be able to move forward without any disruption that way.
If you could go back and make the decision again, would you just suspend him for the South Carolina game?
I think what we were doing is we as soon as we became aware of the situation, we started this review, and we didn't want to rush to judgment. We obviously were able to meet with Dan and get the full context of the situation, at that point in time, we felt like giving Dan due process and and taking our time through it was appropriate. You know, we understand that, you know, that has impacted members of our community and obviously created, you know, some you know, some emotions around it. But for us, it was a matter of just going through our process and making sure that we didn't, that we gave Dan a chance to go through the process too.
I imagine probably, you know, there's a lot of, it's a large program, 100+ players on the team and the staff. There's probably varying opinions. Where's the locker room at right now after that?
Well, it's, you know, we spend just like ridiculous amounts of time together. So we talk a lot about football being family, and it really, you know, in the nature of the time spent, time invested. And again, for us in our program, we're about intentional relationships. And so, you know, the players support Dan. They understand the situation. They understand how heavy the situation is. You know, it's not that they don't recognize that, but you know, they also have a lot of respect for their coach, and you know, have valued the relationships. And so, obviously, they're disappointed. They're understanding. You know, this morning at practice, it looked like a normal Tuesday. These guys are resilient. They're focused. Their ability to reset and just keep an aim on what they want to accomplish has been impressive. So we'll make it through this. They'll make it through it. You know, but I'm not going to say that, you know, matters such as this don't have impact. I mean, there's certainly, you know, there's impact on a lot of levels.
Bradley Ashmore, did he undergo that?
He did. So
is he just probably out
for the season? But again, I would be remiss not to point out just the level of toughness he showed to play an entire game, knowing that surgery was imminent, and you know, very proud of him and happy for his full recovery.
How did that conversation go about playing the game?
Well, I mean, when he found out it was a possibility, he wanted to play. And I think, if I remember correctly, the injury occurred on Wednesday, and you know, we knew immediately that there was a fracture that was going to need to be addressed. But you know, he wasn't able to practice Thursday or Friday. He was there and obviously paying attention, but knew he was going to be able to play on Saturday. And yeah, once he found that out, you know, even though he wasn't able to finish the week of practice, he was still locked in and excited to be out there. And his surgery went well, and he'll be sidelined for a while, but we'll be excited to get him there.
What does that say at this point? I mean, it's been a tough season at times. He obviously had an out not to play. How does that make you guys feel as a coaching staff when a kid chooses to play in a circumstance like that?
Yeah, I think it's a reflection of the program we're building. I think the resilience this team has showed in general has been impressive. You know, we have to play football better, and you know, that includes offensively not turning the ball over and capitalizing on opportunities. You know, we had opportunities against South Carolina to convert on third downs. We had I think of a play with Quincy Skinner in space, and then Jaden McGowan in space on third downs and convert that would have set up explosives. We had some shot plays. We got to capitalize on those opportunities defensively, leverage and tackling on the perimeter. You know, we got to do that better. You got the 3rd and 1 breakout, and then the 3rd and 19 conversion that set up the score before half. You know, those are things where if we make the available play, you know, we play football better. But that said, I think that the team in general has shown an incredible fight and resilience, and as a coaching staff, we're focused on helping them to play the game better and to capitalize on the opportunities. And I think this is just a part of where we are in the building of this program. But you know, I feel really good about the heartbeat and the spirit of this group, and I'm excited for the stretch run here of the season.
I know Xavier has been banged up at times. Is he? He's not on the depth chart. I assume probably not available.
Not available, not season ending, so we're keeping tabs on that, but won't be available this weekend. And Robbie, I guess I also, because you always ask, Davian Davis practiced in individual today in shoulder pads, so that doesn't mean he's going to be ready to play, but he will, he started that process of coming back. I know he's excited to do that.
Can that, I mean, that's obviously a very difficult injury to work through. Does that give him? That must be a boost for him, I imagine, to finally be going through some
Yeah,
semblance of practice.
it is. I mean, he's also a guy that really, even last year, he was a captain in year one. But he is his presence is felt on our sideline and within our team. I think it's hard for him, during practice up until this point, he would be with the strength staff and, kind of working on the side. Today just felt different with him, kind of back immersed with the group. I know he enjoyed that, and I'm excited for him.
Any chance we see guys for the first time this week?
Well, Cole Spence was on the field last weekend in special teams, and we'll keep working him in, and we'll just see how the week goes. I mean, I think we're dealing with some illness and dealing obviously with some guys banged up, but on the whole, I think we'll be holding steady with the guys playing. We'll look for opportunities to use some guys here at the finish, though, for sure.
You time to ask you, I guess. You said you're dealing with illness.
Yeah.
Is there something making its way through the team and the staff?
Well, I think if you remember last year, this game was the same. It's the flu, and it's, I think we're better positioned right now, but it's like every day when I wake up, I check my messages just to see, who's come in and who's, potentially out. Hopefully we'll be able to weather it a little better than we did a year ago, but, I guess that'll be known as we go through the week.
Which game was that last year?
It was Kentucky.
Oh, okay. What's the do you guys encourage your kids to get flu shots? What's
We do,
that all
yeah.
like?
We had both bye weeks. We had opportunities, and I got one too. But I guess there's a ton of variations and strands, and I think it's about taking care of each other, and we're wearing masks in meetings right now just to try to prevent the spread. Our training staff does a great job of kind of being out in front of clusters that form, and so just doing everything we can, to get a healthy team to Saturday.
Anything else? Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Thank you.